Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Brentford 1, Man City 3 in the Premier League. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let's jump into it. So, 3-1 is the final result, and I think I said in the match preview it was going to be 3-1 to City with Brentford scoring first, and hey, I was right. And look, you could argue this was a game of two halves. When you look at the stats, when you look at how the game played out and you look at the match highlights, you're going to see Brentford score first, then you're going to see us, score 3 goals, one at the end of the first half and then take control in the second. But it wasn't a game of two halves. I mean, this was just an absolute domination from City. We just got punished by a long ball over the top that we defended really, really poorly. And, we had to work a little bit harder to get back into the game. That being said, the boys did just that, and I think we were good for the win. We deserved the win, and we probably deserved more goals than the 3. Their keeper just had an absolute blinder in the first half, and let's not take anything away. This is a huge result. After Liverpool got beat yesterday by Arsenal, this means that we're 2 points behind them now, and I think we've got a game in hand as well. So big result, and Brentford is a team that beat us twice last season. I know one of them was when we'd already won the league and we didn't give a crap about it, but it's still a huge result. And it looked like everyone came through the game as well without any injuries, which is good because it means we've got a full squad going forward for the next few months. Things are looking bright for us. Things are looking up, and I think it's, 5 wins on the bounce now in the league, 9 wins in all competitions. What is there to complain about? Well, look, the team Pep put out there, like I said, he's got a full squad to pick from. So he went strong, of course. He went Edison in goal, Diaz, Ake, Guardiola and Walker in defence, Rodri, De Bruyne, Foden, Bernardo, and Alvarez and Haaland. That's the team he went with. And we got off to an absolute blinder. And how their keeper kept him in the game is, he made some good saves. I think we're having a few pot shots rather than anything too clear cut. We didn't really, because they sit deep. Bournemouth, they sit deep, they sat narrow, they stopped us playing through the middle quite a lot. I mean, they didn't really stop us playing through the middle, but they stopped us creating any clear-cut chances, and their keeper had a good game. But their goal, look, I'm sick of saying the long ball over the top punish us, and they shouldn't be scoring from a long kick forward by their goalkeeper. That just shouldn't be happening. You could argue, was it a foul by Tony on Ake? I don't think it was. I think if Ake falls over backward, maybe the foul's given, but he didn't do that. He tried to stand up, he tried to outmuscle Tony. He didn't do it, and to be fair, Tony bullied him all game. So, of course, more pass one that runs through, slots past Edison. And from there, it was a kind of an uphill battle, and I think the goal from us came at a crucial moment. It came in the last minute of injury time. Foden takes it down well. He's got enough time to chest it down in the box after Haaland's created space for him with the run. De Bruyne puts the ball in. Pinnock heads the ball, falls to Foden. He shouldn't be allowed to chest it down and slot the ball away like he did. Way that's what they allowed us. And in the second half, we just carried on. We just kept control. And it didn't look like much of urgency in the second half, but we just controlled possession. We just controlled the ball. We didn't let them really hit us on the break. And the second goal, really well deserved. Good header from Foden. Should the keeper have done better? Maybe. He got his hands to it, which means if a keeper gets his hands to it, for me, he should be saving it. But it's a good header from Foden. But we let Brentford get back in the game, and they had a few chances to score a second. There's a superb block by Guardiola on the back post after I think it was a corner, and Mopai tried to put in a second. There was a flick away when Foden tracked all the way back inside the box on the Brentford counter. And then, of course, Foden went up the other end and scored after a neat 1-2 with Haaland. And from there, it was just about seeing the game out. Brentford lost all their momentum, lost all their energy, and the game was done by then. And there's 3 clear things I want to say here, and there's 3 pivotal points in the game. The first one was Foden scoring that goal, that first one at the end of the first half. If he hadn't put that in, I don't think that second half plays out exactly like that, because I think that took all the sting away from Brentford. I think whatever Pep said at halftime got the boys going. It calmed them down a little bit because we never really looked settled. Yes, we had all the domination. Yes, we had all the shots in the first half, but we never really looked settled. We never really looked like we were calm on the ball. But in the second half, all that gone, we're just passing it around, nice and fluid, nice, calm. We slowed it right down, put it down to our pace, and we grinded them down. This is a perfect example of grinding a team down. And that's what we did. We ground them down. We just made sure they had nothing left to give. The second one was Foden's flick. Like I said, if that Brentford counter-attack happened and Foden wasn't there to touch that ball away and they get a second goal, again, I think they either go on to win that or it just plays out as a draw. I don't think we get a third. And of course, the third key point is Foden's third and hat-trick. His coolness on the ball, the way he gets it out of his feet, because it was stuck under his feet, takes a few touches, calm and collected, doesn't panic, slots it past the keeper, 3-1, and they're the 3 points. And they all include Foden, and they're not all goals, one of them's defensive. It just goes to show how important he is. And when he's playing more central like he was today, and I've said it so many times, if you put Foden in the middle, he will hurt teams, and that's what he did. You know, you can argue all you want about where's the best place for him, but you put him on the right, he's a little bit ineffective like Bernardo was today. Play him on the left, I think he can do a really good job because most of our play goes down left, especially when Grealish is on the pitch. But when you play him central, him and De Bruyne in the middle, they don't have caused teams problems. They're two different kind of players where De Bruyne's trying to put a ball in early into the box or trying to play a through ball nice and early to catch defenders out, catch goalkeepers out. Foden is taking it on the half turn and just running direct with it, causing defence all kinds of problems because he forces them to make a decision. And today, they couldn't live with that. And he deservedly got the hat-trick and he deservedly got man of the match as well. Another thing I want to say as well, Ederson today was, he was our worst player on the pitch. He was an absolute disaster. And he almost caused us to have an absolute disaster in that first half. I can live with him being a poor shot stopper. I can live with it. He's been better in the last, 10 months or so. But I've got to say, today, his kicking was terrible. In that first half, everything he touched either went out of play or went to a Brentford player. And if it wasn't for the defence, if it wasn't for Diaz making some blocks, if it wasn't for Foden tracking back, if it wasn't for Walker keeping up with Tony, if it wasn't for Ake battling with Tony as well, it could have been an absolute disaster this game because Ederson had a really, really poor game. And in the second half, it didn't get much better. The way he came rushing out and took out I don't even know who he was. Was it Pinnock? I don't even know. But he took out one of the Brentford players on the edge of the box. That could have been a penalty if inside the box. You talk about cool head and you talk about going for a fourth Premier League title. I don't know what he was thinking today. And it's unlike Ederson to be that rash. And I think he got away with one. And I think he needs to thank the team as well. Because I think everyone else played a pretty good game other than him. But if that's what you can say, if you can say your team had a good match, you keep out a poor one, but you still came out 3-1 winners, it's a good result. And look, beating Brentford away, even if they are throwing away leads at the moment, even if they are not having the best of seasons, even if they haven't got their best team available, this is a good win, especially when they score first. But like I said, the key moment was Foden scoring before halftime, because if that doesn't happen, we don't get that result. As for us going forward, I think it's Everton next at home on the weekend. We're 2 points behind Liverpool. This is it now. This is crunch time. The next 5-6 games are going to be absolutely huge. I'd say actually probably till the end of March, going to be absolutely huge. And by the time April comes, you'll know where the Premier League title's going. If we're up there, we're top of the table, give it us. But if we kind of blow it against United and against Liverpool that we've got coming up, it could be an interesting finale to the season. Of course, we've got to play Arsenal and Tottenham away as well. Well, Arsenal at home, Tottenham away. So huge games coming up. Big moment, but we've got to keep this momentum. We've got to go on one of those 15 to 20 game winning streaks to win this league, I think, because I don't think Liverpool are going to give it up with Klopp leaving. Arsenal don't look like they're giving it up. They're celebrating beating Liverpool like they just won the treble. An interesting title race. That's the match reaction. Not much to say other than it's a great win, to be fair. We were always in control. Bad goal to give away. Some bad goalkeeping. But in the end, Foden came out on top. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Hit like, hit subscribe. Bye-bye.